Salaki for the technical difficulties, but we back on air. You understand? What we left off was a very heavy point about how our kids have to be in subjection to us. You understand? And what that subjection truly means. You understand? It's so like I'm gonna turn this on. You understand that subjection? It will save lives when we have the correct order and structure within our households. You understand? But understand that there's another thing that needs to be subjected within our household. And guess what that is? That is the woman. The women have to be in subjection to the men because guess what? We are in subjection to Christ. Are we not? You understand? And this is the ranking order of things. You understand? Let me get this real quick. Um, this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22, and it reads, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. I'm gonna read that one more time. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22. It reads, if you could, sir. Come on.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husband.
Unto your own husbands. Submit yourself. Now, once again, what does it mean to submit? I broke it down for the kids. Now it's time for the wives. What does it mean to submit? Does that mean I want you to be my slave? Does that mean I want you to just, be a pushover? No, that's not what I'm saying. As I said earlier, we want you to be kind. The Lord wants you to be kindly affectionate to your husband. You understand? The Lord wants you to be feminine, tender. Because through your subjection, you could get whatever the hell you want out of a man. You make it easier for a man to be able to protect you because of your subjection, because of your, what is it called? Femininity. What is the word I'm looking for? I think it starts with an S. Submission. Through your submission, you can put the battery in the back in a man to make him be great. Be whatever the hell you need him to be. Get whatever the hell you want out of a man through your submission. But you got to understand what submission truly is. It does not come in the form of nagging. It comes in the form of a woman who understands the assignment. And it comes in the form of a woman who understands her man. You gotta know your man, the man that you lay next to. You know what I'm saying? His needs, his wants, and be the woman to get it done. That's the point of a helpmate, to help get it done. You know what I'm saying? To fill in any loose ends. You know what I'm saying? To help that man out, because men, we struggle daily with things that people can't even comprehend. So why not be that helpmate? You gave the most important thing you had to him, to each other. So why not do what the Lord says? Why not try a new way? Why not try a new way after you've been trying it your own way your whole life? It didn't work out for your mother. It didn't work out for your grandmother. But being the ways we learn from the world, it didn't work out. So let's try this new thing. Let's try being virtuous. Let's try being something valuable. You know what I'm saying? That's what submission truly is. You understand? Submission, it's not an option. It's a requirement within a marriage to help it run like a well-oiled machine. You understand? Can you read that back from the top one more time?
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husband as unto the Lord.
As unto the Lord. You should revere your husband as your Lord, because his head is Christ, and Christ's head is who? Christ's head is the Most High God. You understand? That's who Christ's head is. You understand? That's the structure and order of things. You understand? The Most High, Christ, the man, the woman, and the children. You know what I'm saying? That's how you form an umbrella of protection. That's how you help subjugate the kids. If the wife is in order, of course the kid's gonna be in order. So like if the husband is in order under Christ, the woman's gonna be in order. If the woman is in order, then the kids are going to be in order. You understand? This will help save our lives. This will help save our marriages if we understand the duties that come with being with one another. You understand? Anything left on that, sir? If I could get Colossians 3:19 Bible Kashai, because this is something very needed and necessary. Because does the Bible tell us not to be kindly affectionate to one another? Does the Bible tell us how to deal with each other with kindness and tenderness? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to our household, when it comes to our wives, when it comes to the husbands, you understand? There's a certain way that we have to treat one another, and it does not have to be wrathful. You know what I'm saying? It's a time and place for everything, but you know what I mean? More often than not, kindness will turn away wrath. Do you have that, sir? Bible shot, if you could.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 19. Husbands, love your wives.
Husbands, love your wives. As we read earlier, Isaac loved his wife, and she gave him comfort. Husbands, there's a duty that we have to do, and this isn't a double-sided duty. This is the duty of the man and the woman. We have to love one another. You understand? And keep reading, sir.
God. Husbands, love your wives. And be not bitter against them.
And be not bitter. You see, the thing that we learn from the oppressor is how to be bitter to our wives, to our spouse. Period. You understand? We learn from them. What's the thing that they coined? What's the term that they coined for a certain apparel that the white man wears? That was notorious for abusing their wife. A wife beater, correct? You know what I'm saying? We got that from them. You know what I'm saying? They coined those terms because of the rate that they're abusing their wives. We cannot be like them. We cannot be bitter to our wives. We have to lead with kindness, understanding, and the spirit of the Most High God, and this will set our house aright. You understand? And understand that in a relationship you have to have forgiveness. It takes an immense amount of forgiveness. How you forgive your wife and your husband is how the Lord is going to forgive you. How you forgive your brother is how the Lord is going to forgive you. The brotherhood trickles down to each and every last aspect of marriage. You understand? Drop that if we could and give me Romans.
Like if I could.
Concert.
What you just brought up was heavy about forgiveness. And it just brought out the precept Matthew 6:14 through 15, where it says, "For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive yours.
Ooh-y.
But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses." Like, I just didn't want to breeze past that, because a lot of times in a marriage, people like to hold on to grudges.
Right.
People like to hold on to things and hearken on things to the point where they'll never be able to move forward. And what you said was heavy. We have to learn how to forgive, because the same forgiveness that we give, or the same hardness that we hold on to for one another when something has happened or something went on in a marriage or between brothers, between sisters, between family, that's the same judgment you're going to get from the Lord. So we just got to be mindful, because what you're teaching on is the foundation of marriage and how to keep a house strong, how to break the curses that we grew up seeing all the time. And that's one of the biggest things that we got to work on is forgiveness.
Right.
Because the same things that we did that made the Lord mad at us, we want him to forgive us.
Right.
But if you can't forgive your spouse, if you can't forgive your partner, then you can't look for the Lord to forgive you, because you don't have any mercy. So why should he have mercy on you?
Exactly. You are not bigger than the program. You understand? You are absolutely not bigger than the program. Who are you? You understand? Like, I mean, forgiveness is damn near it's not an option. You know what I'm saying? That's all the attributes in keeping a healthy marriage, is being willing to forgive even through the hardest of situations. Because forgiveness ain't always easy. We understand that, but it is necessary. It is vital to the improvement in the nurturing of a relationship, because sometimes people go through things. Sometimes we don't talk to each other nice. Sometimes we don't do nice things, but forgiveness and understanding should always be a requirement within that household. Not treating each other with bitterness or wrath. Keep it together. You know what I'm saying? Keep it together. Love one another. It's such a simple thing to be kind. We understand that sometimes we don't have the best of days at work. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down and go over your day. Communication, whatever it takes to keep your marriage healthy, get that counsel, whatever it is, do it. So as long as it is in the spirit of the Most High God, do it. You understand? But forgiveness is not an option. It is a necessary. It is a necessity. You understand? Because people go through things sometimes. You know, the weather ain't always gonna be clear. Sometimes there's gonna be a cloudy day. Sometimes it's gonna be a day where, you know, y'all just have at it. Lord allow it doesn't, but you know, if the day comes, then be willing to forgive. Because that same forgiveness that you give, it's the same forgiveness the Lord is going to give you. So be mindful about how we deal with one another. Because at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, that is still your brother. That's your wife. That's your husband. That's still your brother. That's your wife. That's still your sister. So do not forsake brotherhood. Do not forsake sisterhood. Those are still important things that we have to bring within our marriage to keep it together. How can we say we love the Most High God, but we hate our spouse? We hate somebody that we gave our body to physically. How can you say you love the Lord? Explain it. You can't. You cannot make sense of that. How can you love the person that you sat up there and submitted your body to, and then you say you love the Lord? How can you hate your brother that you see every day and say that you love the Lord? How can you say you love your sister that you lay down with every day and say that you love the Lord? You cannot do it. You can't do it without forgiveness. You can't forget. You can't do it without unhardening your heart. Because these are the requirements it takes for us to be able to have a kingdom. Because stuff like this would not be allowed. Because that would cause a tear. If you're not willing to forgive, then you are the problem. And in realizing that, you have to do something about it. You have to find a solution. Every problem requires a solution. You can't just go through life knowing that you got these problems above your head and think you just live life. It's not going to work. You want the Lord to be with you? Be willing to forgive. And that's men and women. No matter what we go through, be willing to forgive and get back to loving one another. Goddamn. Like, it's not a hard thing. I mean, you know, people go through things, but eventually you have to get over that. It's a time and a place where we're gonna have to get over that, because it's gonna be a time and a place where we have to rely on one another. And that time is coming soon where you're going to have to rely on your man to get you through whatever. You think it's bad now? Just wait. The Lord is going to show us just how much we need each other. Just how much a woman needs a man and a man needs a woman. Those times are coming. So we have to be ready. And we cannot be ready with a broken house. You know, marriage ain't just with one another. It's also to the Lord. It's also a duty to the Lord that we have to fulfill. If you in this truth and you married, we are married to this truth. And you can't be married to the truth if you are beefing with the person that you are married to. You understand? We have to get it together. We have to come back to loving one another. We have to be kindly affected to one another. You understand? And matter of fact, I got that precept. And if you could, Sir Bible Kashah, give me Romans 12 and 10. Because, you know, I'm going to save it for the precept. But, I mean, good night. You sat up there and gave yourself, your body. I'm speaking as a general, both men and women. We give ourselves to somebody that we are not ready to suffer for. And that's a problem. If you give your body to somebody, you got to be willing to suffer. You got to be willing to put your pride to the side and go back to loving one another. Because that time is coming where we are going to need one another. So this is what we have to be. And this isn't just marriage. This is within our nation as well. If you could, sir.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another.
Nah, we're going to be mean to each other.
Be kindly affectionate one to another.
Nah, we're going to beef. We ain't going to forgive one another.
Be kindly affectionate one to another.
Nah, I hate you.
Be kindly affectionate.
Nah, what does it mean to be kindly affectionate to one another? Now, in context, this go either way. In brotherhood within our nation, but it also has things to do with our marriage as well. You understand? We are all we got, so why not be kind to one another? Why not be kind to the person that you lay down with? Why not be kind to the person that you gave your most valuable thing to that cannot be undone? Why not be kind? Why not show love? Why not support? Why not submit? I mean, no sweat. Because, you know, the way we do one another is how the Lord gonna do you. We got to realize, we got to understand that we got to watch how we deal with one another. Because how you deal with your brother, how you deal with your sister, it is important because everything is on record. That's what we forget. Everything has a price. Everything is on record. You can't go through life just thinking ain't nobody watching. The Lord sees you. The Lord sees everything that you do. Everything has a record. It's like a grocery bill that someday you're going to have to pay for. You know your light bill going to come. You know eventually you're going to have to pay for it. Treat it the same way. Treat life the same way. Treat your marriage the same way. Be kindly affectionate to one another. Love one another, Black, Latino, and Native Americans. Love one another. Love your spouse. Because right there, that is brotherhood. Loving the person you lay down with is brotherhood. And with that, we're going to go ahead and cut class. Madim, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the men. Men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim. Barak. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabrak. Yadi Matab. Sorry, trying to fix sisters. Sisters, Amadim, which means to stand. Men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim. Barak. Yahweh Shemala Thou by Hashem Yahushua. Yadi Matah. Dismiss.